Fractions, multiplication. To multiply fractions, we will first multiply the top numbers, or the numerators, together. Next, we will multiply the bottom numbers, or also known as the denominators. Next, we'll reduce the fraction to lowest terms if needed. Sometimes it's already reduced. Example 1, multiply 1/2 times 3/4. What we're going to do is go ahead and rewrite this a little bit larger. Now we're going to highlight the top numbers because those are our numerators. We're going to multiply those together. And we get 1 times 3, which is equal to 3. Now we have our bottom numbers we need to multiply together. This 2 times 4, which is equal to 8. So our final answer is 3/8 because 3 is not a factor in 8. So we can just go ahead and reduce because it's already in lowest terms. Now let's do another example. Example 2. Multiply the following. We have 2/5 times 4/7. So let's go ahead and rewrite this. Now we can multiply the top numbers together again, which is equal to 2 times 4, which is equal to 8. Next we can go ahead and highlight the bottom numbers because we're going to multiply the denominators together. And that is equal to 5 times 7, which is equal to 35. So we get 8/35, and that is our final answer because it's in its lowest terms. Its reduced form. Now let's do one final example. Example 3. Multiply the following. We have 3/8 times 2/3. So 3/8 times 2/3. So we're going to highlight the top. We're going to go ahead and multiply 3 times 2, which is equal to 6. Then we need to highlight the bottom because we're going to multiply the bottom numbers together. So 8 times 3 is 24. Since 6/24 is both even, we're going to go ahead and divide the top and the bottom by 2 each. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. 24 divided by 2 is equal to 12. Now 3/12, we can actually reduce this even further because 12 has a factor of 3 in it. So we can go ahead and divide the top and the bottom by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. 12 divided by 3 is equal to 4. Now, 1/4 is our reduced fraction in our solution. But I'm going to teach you a trick in case you don't know this. So 3/8 times 2/3. So we're going to go back to the very beginning. Notice that we have this 3 here and we have a 3 here. Well, because we have 3/3, anytime you have any number 3/3 or say 4/4, this is equal to 1 because these just cross out and they just divide out. So this is just equal to 1. So we're going to do the same. We're going to cancel these out and make them 1s. And we also see that we have this 2 and this 8. They're both even. So we can actually reduce this even further. So this 2, we can divide this by 2 and we get 1. But we have to do, whatever we do at the top, we have to do one thing on the bottom here. So this 8. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. So now we can go ahead and multiply. So we're going to go multiply 1 times 1. So that's 1. 4 times 1 is equal to 4. And we get 1/4. So before we even multiplied, what we did, we just canceled out common factors. So this one had a 3. We could cancel out both those 3's. Then we had a 2 and an 8, so we can just cancel out a factor of 2. So essentially, we're just dividing each number by 2. And so this got us to our answer as well. So there's two methods. You can go ahead and multiply out and then divide out the factors or look for the greatest common factor. All those ways we look to reduce fractions. You can do any method to get to our reduced fraction, or you can go ahead and do it this way where we cancel out common factors before we even multiply.